Everyone, welcome to this Zoom 5 minutes, 5 questions, and this is my take 5, and I am super lucky to have Carrie Strom with me today. Carrie is the Senior Vice President, U.S. Medical Aesthetics for Allergan, and rumor has it she's soon to become president once the AbbVie deal goes through. So I want to get her take on what's going on in the aesthetic market, because clearly Allergan, as the largest aesthetic company in the world, has significant influence on what's going to happen right now and as we emerge back into a post-COVID world. So thanks for doing 5 minutes with me. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay, question number 1. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
How has COVID changed Allergan?
Well, of course, COVID has changed all companies, at least in the short term. So Allergan is implementing all of these short-term changes in terms of how we work and how we operate. But I really feel like COVID has shown Allergan Aesthetics' true colors. And our true colors are that we are completely customer focused. We have this motto, our culture, which we say is your practice, our purpose, or YPOP. And it's been guiding all the decisions we've made in the last 4 to 6 weeks. And I think it's showing that everyone at Allergan, from the top to the bottom, is completely focused on our customers and doing what's right for them. If you're not successful, we're not successful.
Okay, but when you say that, it sounds great. Can you give me some specifics, and how are you customer focused for us?
Yeah, so what we're doing is we have, luckily at Allergan, we're a financially strong company, and we're able to leverage that to benefit our customers. So our customers are mostly small business owners, right? And we know that you're all getting hit the hardest. And so we're doing things that we can leverage our financial strength to benefit you all. Some examples are extending our payment terms, being able to replace product.
How long are they being extended for?
So our payment terms for Botox and Juvederm are usually 90 days, and we've extended them 60. So it's 150 days. So if you buy product on June 30th, you won't be paying us until November 30th.
Okay, that's certainly helpful. Anything else that you're doing? Like websites, resource materials for us, consulting opportunities for us?
Yeah, so in terms of what we're doing to support customers, it's everything from cash flow management, like I mentioned, on the term side, replacing product. Little things that make a big difference, like if you're part of the BD program, how can we give you your reimbursement checks daily?
Brilliant Distinctions, the loyalty program you're referring to. Okay.
Yep. So many of you get your reimbursements monthly or quarterly. We can do it for you daily. For those of you in the APP, or the Allergan Partner Privileges Physician Loyalty Program, we can give you your rebate, not as a credit memo, but as a check directly deposited. And that's stuff we had never done before, but we were able to act fast to make those changes because we knew it was important from a cash flow standpoint.
Oh, super helpful. Okay, question number 2. You guys studied the aesthetic market. I mean, I know you do lots of market research. You're always coming back to us very valuable data about the aesthetic market. Any insights that you can give us on what you think the aesthetic market is going to be like afterwards? Are patients going to want to get neurotoxin treatments, or are patients going to want to get surgery? Any research that you've done now that you can give us that helps us understand better what to expect?
Yeah, the aesthetics market is extremely resilient, mostly because our customers are resilient. You all are very entrepreneurial, you're very clever, and we know that we're going to get through this. From a consumer standpoint, the attitudes, beliefs, the interest in aesthetics was very strong before this short-term shutdown, and it'll be very strong afterwards. And so that's what we think, that we can expect a really strong market recovery. Now, of course, will some things change? Yes. Social distancing will have to be implemented into how we manage aesthetics. It should be a little bit like how 9/11 affected how security measures work, but yet still everybody is back and traveling. We also look at China to see what's going on there. They're about 7 weeks out from where we are in the recovery, and they give us a lot of optimism. Now, of course, the markets are very different, but it's what we have to look at. And 7 weeks out, they have about 83% of their clinics are open, and they're at about 49% patient traffic. So we see that they're coming back, they're implementing changes, they're coming in a slow phased approach, but it's returning. And we expect to see the same type of return here in the US.
So that's really interesting. So you can model what's going on with your Botox sales in China to get a better indication of what's going to happen here in the US?
Yeah, and it's not even sales, it's just actual activity. So we look at activity of offices that are reopening, activity about number of patients who are in those offices versus what they were last year. We can look at other metrics like restaurant transactions in China, which are up 135% in March versus in February. Like beauty transactions, just general beauty transactions, are up 7 times in March than when they were in February. So those are all really important early indicators for us as we track how the recovery could go in the US.
Well, if you could give us some of that data, or at least put it into a format that's beneficial to us in practice, I think we'd like that.
Yeah, everything I'm going to tell you about today and more is available on a website. It's like a one-stop shop. It's allergan.com/YPOP. Remember, YPOP is our little logo, your practice, our purpose.
Okay, question number 3. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so Allergan, as the largest company in the aesthetic space, clearly you have impact and influence. And will you do something to stimulate the market, to drive more patients into my office, and maybe help me also in my practice as I try to get these people back in?
Yes, that's exactly what we're trying to do. Allergan Aesthetics has something called the Allergan Aesthetics Market Stimulus Plan, and this is the complete focus of everyone on our team right now. It's divided into 2 parts, and so we have 2 teams. The first is, how do we help our customers with this acute crisis period, mostly on the cash flow side? So I mentioned extended terms, I mentioned product replacement, brilliant distinctions reimbursements, APP rebates as checks versus credit memos, and then Brilliant Connections, which is important. This is our Skin Medica e-commerce platform. And this is something where, as a customer, you can just plug this into your website. You can sell Skin Medica directly to your patients. Allergan does everything behind the scenes in terms of the picking and the packing and the shipping. We offer a 30% discount to your patients, which Allergan covers, and you still all get all the benefits as if you were selling this directly to your patient.
Wait, so
this
can
has
I
been
do that right
very
now?
successful.
Can I
That's
do it
available
right now?
right now.
And I could be generating income right now.
Yes, you just call me afterwards and I'll get you all dialed into this. It's a great way to stay connected and, like you said, make some passive revenue.
And then I have estheticians that sell and get commission, or nurses. Is there a way to get them commission too through this?
Well, right now it's just basically you get to sell directly to your customers. So your patient would go on to your website. It would seem like it's coming directly from you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't bounce back to an esthetician or anyone on your team, but it would ping back to you in terms of the APP benefits and the tier benefits that you'd be expecting. The really nice thing about it is this 30% off is not available anywhere else. It's not available on skinmedica.com. It's only available through our customers. And we're doing that so that to make sure that you get all the benefits of staying connected to your patient in this time.
And will this continue on after the COVID crisis ends?
Yes, the Brilliant Connections Skin Medica e-commerce has been around for a few years, and it'll be around much longer. And then this special offer will keep it available for as long as we need to.
Good, because skincare is clearly one of the fastest ways, I think, to get people back into the office and get them engaged.
Yeah, for sure. And we're seeing that in Google Trends as well. The search terms for premium skincare brands like Skin Medica have been popping quite a bit in this time. Now, there's one other part of the Allergan Aesthetic Stimulus Plan I want to mention, and that's the consumer side. So I mentioned the first team at Allergan is focused on this crisis management for our customers in terms of cash flow and all that. The second part is, how do we stimulate a rapid and robust market recovery? And to that end, we have announced that we will invest greater than $100 million directly into the hands of our consumers and to help our customers bring consumers back faster. And you can imagine this is going to be in the form of like brilliant distinctions, offers, and rebates bigger than we've ever done before. And we're going to make sure they're timed very strategically with the reopening of each market. So the nuance here is we want our $100 million investment to be regionally focused for all of you and your consumers versus sort of spread more nationally.
It's really interesting. So you're gonna put money or promotions into my patients that are participating in Brilliant Distinctions to drive them into my office.
Yes, exactly. It's going to be very, very generous and very strategic Brilliant Distinctions offers, bigger than we've ever done before, strategically geared to get them in earlier when your offices start to reopen. And so we're really excited about this, and more information to come as we finalize what it looks like.
But I think as we start to open back up, I think you're going to see it regionally. Like, I can't imagine that New York's going to open the same time as, like, Butte, Montana. Is there a way that you can roll these things out in different parts of the country and then, into the bigger cities?
Yeah, I think that's a really important point. And so we're very carefully monitoring how the markets will reopen. And we do that in a few ways. We have what we call our Brilliant Distinctions heat map. So this is literally a map of the country, and it will show us when there are BD transactions entered by customers. And right now, everything is red. There's no transactions. This is a red heat map. But what we're expecting as markets and offices start to reopen, there'll be glimmers of green in these pockets. And then we'll overlay state legislation just to make sure that, you know, everything is aligned. And then once we see those markets going greener and greener, we will drop our consumer offers and our market stimulus plan into those regions. Now, like you said, if there's a market like New York, which is lagging behind, we will make sure that we save all those offers for that market so that that market has what it needs when it needs it.
That's great. So brilliant distinctions can be ramped up. We get to sell skincare and patients get a 30% discount. And I'm really hoping, and we get extended term. So those are all great benefits. I'm really hoping there's some other things. Of course, I'm pushing because I'm a doctor. I'm going to push for all of us, that there's other things that you'll do for us within our practices. And, you know, I can think of a lot of ideas, but, you know, hopefully you'll bring some value to us in our practices, some real stimulus, some real tangible items so that I can deliver to my consumers, to my staff, you know, and to ourselves to really get our practices up and running.
Yeah, I think you're right. In terms of practice management, short-term things like understanding all the legislation that's available in terms of CARES Act, the small business loans, the payment protection plan, all that. We need to help you understand that. And then how do we return, right? This is a big question mark. What is the protocol? What are the materials you need? And how can Allergan help you get that information and get those supplies? Those are all areas that we're very much focused on. We share the objective of getting offices and our healthcare provider customers back up and running as quickly and as safely as possible.
Well, clearly we're all in this together, and we have a vested interest. Boy, it's optimistic talking to you, I gotta tell you. All right, question number 4, because we don't want to take a ton of time here, but this is kind of interesting question for you. A little bit of a zinger here. But you remember 9/11, what you were doing in those days. You have young kids at home with you, and I know you're keeping yourself busy with them. How do you think they'll remember this 10, 15, 20 years from now when they're older and they're adults?
Well, my husband and I have really mixed feelings about this whole thing, right? We're very worried about our customers. We're concerned about patients and people and families who have been affected directly by COVID. But also, we are cherishing the time at home together with our kids. We have a 7-year-old and a 10-year-old. And we really want to make this something that isn't scary for them, but does create fond memories for them. And we always think that. We tell our kids, we say, hey, kids, you're going to be telling your grandkids about this crisis, and you're going to be telling them everything that you were doing. And so we want to model what that could be for them. And so one important thing is that it's business as usual. Mom and dad are still working full time. We have obligations, we have responsibilities, and we're going to be completely focused on that. But we have the benefit of doing things we've never been able to do before, like, you know, playing in the cul-de-sac at lunchtime, playing charades at night. In fact, we just adopted a shelter dog. You know, these are things that we've never done before, and we want our kids to remember this as a time where the world came together to do the right thing, and that they could see their parents helping to be a part of that while still living their normal lives.
I'm sure this is going to affect them. It's going to affect all of us moving forward. It affect us obviously a little bit differently than them, but clearly they're going to be different people afterwards. And I see that in my own kids who are now in high school and college. All right, question number 5, final question. If you were to have a hall pass right now for a COVID hall pass, and you could leave your house right now to go do something and not have to worry about anything, where would you take it to go?
Well, what's funny is today is April 15th, 2020. And I had tickets to a Pearl Jam concert in LA for this very date with a bunch of my close friends. And if I could have a hall pass and change the way the world was, I would be going to that concert to see Pearl Jam with all my friends tonight.
All right. Well, I am sure that you will get that rescheduled hopefully sometime soon. All right, Carrie, it was awesome talking to you. I super appreciate this. Your insight was great. You gave us a lot of information that I know is not widely out there yet. That we're looking forward to hearing about it. And, you know, Allergan's got a big responsibility in many ways because you are the largest aesthetic company, and we are your customers, and we're really going to be looking to you for some guidance and certainly support and help as we start to emerge out of this COVID crisis.
Yeah, thank you very much. We do take very seriously the decisions that we're making right now, and we think they will have a big impact on the future. And that's why we're so grateful for the feedback and the collaboration from you and so many of our very valued customers.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you soon, somewhere at a conference where we can like have a cup of coffee and talk and not be talking through a screen.
That sounds good, Steve. Thanks.
All right. Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye. Also, you know, there's a setting where you can go on video settings and you can make your face look better. Did you know that?
Oh, no, how do you do that?
Okay, so let me show you how to do this. Go to, you see where it says stop video? Right to the right there, there's a little up. Hit that and then go to video settings. Okay, don't stop the video. Just stop the video.
Okay.
Don't stop the video. Go to the little arrow, hit the arrow, and go to video settings. And then in video settings, look at touch up my appearance. It's about the third or fourth box down.
No, I don't have one of those. I have.
You don't have that?
Select the microphone, select the, oh, hold on, let me see this. Video, oh, here we go. Oh.
Camera, my video, touch up my appearance.
Oh.
Did you see that?
Okay, so I just did that.
Okay, God, you look like you just had a bunch of Botox.
Oh my God. Wow. Did it make a difference?
I don't know, I can't tell.